have an important ecological update to provide you. I was recently staying at an Airbnb. There was a Sprouts grocery store within walking distance. But to reach it, I had to walk beneath an overpass through which a body of water called Lake Creek flows. I don't know why someone would choose to name the creek Lake. It is a creek named Lake, but this is immaterial. It turns out the area beneath the concrete bridge is a largely undisturbed natural meadow. A natural suburban sanctuary with what... Excuse me, I need to clear my throat.
There. That is much better. This is my actual talking voice. Anyway, I found an extraordinary natural area beneath two highway overpasses. It was a natural suburban sanctuary with wildlife of all sorts. When the river fills, the turtles and waterfowl congregate. When it dries, the deer graze. Cardinals perch, hawks roam, and even a vulture lurks. I did not intend for that last sentence to rhyme, but my skills are so incredible, and my nuts dangle so big and low that it almost is inevitable that even my accidents kick ass.
The only... I apologize. The tickle is back in my throat. The only problem was, there was a lot of garbage blown and left into the area, making it unsightly to humans and hazardous to animals. Therefore, I decided to clean this area while also telling jokes and generally rambling inanely to amuse myself. This is my story.
No! You just missed the most dramatic compost release ever done. I've been collecting up banana peels and apple cores and broccoli stems and chicken bones and all this stuff. I just made such a dramatic, emotional speech. It was absolutely draining about how I had grown so attached to these guys and how hard it was going to be to say goodbye. And then I tossed him out and said, "You're free now." I threw him, and it's hard to film. It's hard to recreate the filming. But I tossed him and I said, "You're free." It's hard to focus on what I want to say when leaves and branches are getting tangled in my way. God, look at this. Look what I'm being thwarted by. Literally this. I can't get the bag over this, over this. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing, but it's not natural to hold the camera pointed at what I'm looking at. It's weird. My hand wants to just go to the side or go turn out. Well, no, I'm turning up. Get out of my way, Brad. Ah! I'm covering myself in trash. Oh, God. Until you get really close up, you really don't realize how much filth is just everywhere. So... What if I don't edit this whole thing? What if I just post a 4-hour video of me grunting and doing it in style? Whoa, oh, oh. See, I just picked. There's so much. I'm not complaining. I'm just expressing my surprise. I really had no idea, and I'm actually frustrated that just this much litter exists. Come here, you. What is this? It's a can of something. How does a can even get this flat and then end up over here? Clearly the person who finished this could not have flattened the can this way. But if it was flattened by a recycling center or something, or a compactor on a garbage, how does it, why would it just be here? I don't, these are the mysteries of the universe. Sometimes too, I'll snag a piece of garbage and then it'll just literally just disintegrate in my hand or just break. And then I'll carry up a tiny piece of it. And then I have to bend back down for the rest of it. Whoa, I just stepped in something. There must be trash somewhere because I just heard the crinkling of a can when I stepped backwards. I'm getting so into this, I'm developing sixth senses of where there's garbage. All right, this bag is filling up pretty quick too. Ugh. Alright, well, that part is done. I've literally been out here for like 20 minutes. I was planning to be out here for like 2 hours. But the thing is, it is so tiring to just up and down, up and down. I think this is just my eternal burden, like, which is that, who's the guy in the Greek? Atlas, I think? He's got to roll the world up the hill on his shoulders or something, you know, forever. But is that Atlas? Atlas carries the world on his shoulder, right? But then who's the guy that has to roll maybe it's not the world, they just roll a ball up like a hill for eternity in Greek mythology? I don't know. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And I will make love to you. And I feel love, feel love. Jailhouse gets empty. Rudy gets plenty. The button stick gets shorter. Rudy gets taller. Can't fight against the youth, 'cause we're strong and we're rude people. Ah! I'm just breaking everyone's eardrums right now in multiple ways. Oh, there's like a bug. Rudy gets taller, taller. On we'll be all singing. Version, version, big version, 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 version. Oh, 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 dear me. Just endless fields of filth. The waste of 1,000 years. Actually, probably like 4 months. I mean, like, what? How did this even? It's like a bag with dirt in it, and just why would it be here? It just makes no sense. Huh, I just picked up a shoe, but there's not like another one. Like, well, I guess there are. Wow, there's like, it's like DSW down here. There was no match for that one. This one is actually like a full pair. They look a bit small. Oh my god, I'm just like sunk in mud. Look at this. Look at my foot is like buried. It's, look at this. Oh. That's pretty cool looking though. But anyway, does anyone need a pair of shoes? I think these are a bit small for me. Okay. Well, actually, there was like trash here, so I'm actually doing all right. Did I tell my joke yet? I don't think I did. So the joke goes like this. Oh my god, there's like a primitive implement. I'm sitting on like an archaeological gold mine. Well, by primitive, I don't mean ancient, but I mean like, I don't know, some bum was out here using this for something like probably opening a can of like beans or something, I don't know. No offense, you know, if you're a bum who lives off beans. But, I don't know if I should set this aside. This is like, I mean, I could like give this, I could pay this forward to the next bum who needs like, this is like this like sustains his life. He can like hunt squirrels with it, and he can like, I don't know what else he would do with this. I don't know if I should throw it out. The thing is, it's kind of heavy, and I don't want to put heavy things in the trash bag for now. I'm going to set all the heavier things aside just so that it's easier to carry this bag around until it's full and I get onto the next bag. All right. Okay, whoa. There's our bum implement. We got our shoes, plural, and our shoe singular, and so on and so forth. Huh, there's a sock. Well, I guess it makes sense that there's one sock considering there was one shoe. Oh my god, and I'm not kidding. There's one glove. We're dealing with someone with a uniplegic, I believe. Perhaps the first of its kind in nature. But yeah, you don't see too many of those uniplegics. Who just have like one appendage of each, you know? Like some people have like, you know, like two working legs, or, you know, maybe they're like missing the use of their legs or whatever. I'm not disrespecting anyone, but those are the common things you see. Maybe someone has like, you know, they're like, they have fewer, like, you know what I mean? Like they're missing their arms, but they have their legs, or they have their legs and they're missing their arms. Some people, unfortunately, are missing, you know, all of their limbs, but you never see someone who has like one arm and one leg, but like not one of each of the other. You know what I mean? It's just sort of the unusualness of the whole thing, especially because it's probably not actually what's going on, and I'm just completely imagining it all in my head. But nonetheless, it is kind of funny that there was one shoe, one sock, and one glove. And just like, what happened to the rest of this person's items? It's just like, what? Just why? Okay. If I find like one earmuff, it's over. It's like I'm getting out of here because I don't know what lurks back here. But oh yeah, I meant to actually this time do this, like just squat down in one area and reach out to like and put stuff in and then reach out again and then put stuff in without standing back up for a little while. So that way it's less intensive. But I forgot. But I'm gonna do it now. Okay. Okay, let's oh goodness, this is like, see, I mean this shit like breaks off and just, I don't know what the hell this is. But just the idea that this is like going into the ground, into the soil, and I don't know. It sucks. I mean, obviously, to some extent, there's not much you can do. There's only so much you can control. But it pains me, I tell you. It pains me deep. Ugh. It's like I could pick up a whole bunch of stuff, but if there's one tiny McDonald's cup left afterward, it looks just as bad as it did when there was like tons of it. You know, like you don't want a single shred because it's just, oh my god, there's one fork. There is one fork, ladies and gentlemen. No knife, no spoon, just a fork. The implication being that whoever used this fork did not have a second appendage with which they could properly cut with a fork and knife. What was I saying? Actually, but this is looking so much better. See, look at the proof of my pudding right there in muddy footprints all over the place. There's still some yonder, but it was like all up in here. And now it's all up in here. And a full bag over there. So you had to come all the way out onto this. I had to go out. I had to literally go out onto the limb to get Pillsbury mini chocolate chip cookie wrappers. See what I did there, though? I literally went out on a limb. Come here, you little, what do you call it? Like a dressing container, some sort of dipping sauce container. I know your games. Oh, yo, if I do this, it looks like it's like attacking you, doesn't it? Ugh. The humanity. It's like crumbling to dust and blowing in my face. Just, I'm not only being like physically taxed, but insulted. I'm gonna need to use a neti pot after this. You guys use the neti pot? You know about that? You guys know about the neti pot? Have you heard about this? And that's all I've got to say about that. Going to plant a weeping willow on the bank's main edge. It will roll, roll, roll. Sing a lullaby beside the water. Lovers come and go. The river roll, roll, roll. Fare thee well, I love you more than words can tell. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, 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 do-do-do, do-do-do-do. I gotta tell you guys the one that I never forgot, told by none other than the legend, Jerry the King Lawler, back in the 90s, WWF broadcasts. That's right, WWF. I've never forgiven the World Wildlife Foundation, which I understand is very ironic given the substance of this video. But I never forgave the WWF, I never forgave the World Wildlife Foundation for suing the WWF, World Wrestling Federation, into changing their name for copyright infringement. They're completely different industries. It makes no sense to me. And I don't think they use the same logo, although now that I consider it in retrospect, maybe it was maybe the kind of the blended W and F together. Maybe there was some logo issues there or whatever, but anyway, this was in the WWF days. So now, by the way, before I get to the knee slapping Lawler gag, let's do a little progress inventory, shall we? So I'm about to do, well, I still got to get this. Maybe I'll do this first. And then I got this section here. So this is how it's going to start, and then we'll check in after the joke and see how it ended. But where we're at so far, this had a whole bunch more garbage. I'll still have to at the end go through and get the smaller scraps, but I want to get a lot of the big stuff up, which we have done successfully so far. Anyway, so the joke Lawler told on a broadcast of Monday Night Raw, this would have been like, I mean, I was probably like 9 years old when I heard this joke, so this was a long time ago, but not too long, because I'm not that old, even though I am. But it's basically like a "you're so poor" joke, which, you know, I can relate to those. But so the background context is that I'm trying to decide where to start here. Well, why don't we start here at this, because this way I can set aside this lovely decorative keepsake from Austin Subaru. Is this metal? No, it's like a plastic kind of thing. So maybe I won't keep it then. I'll just throw it on the ground, who cares? With the obvious caveat that I'm going to pick it up later. But so, you remember back in the $1 Million Corporation days when Ted DiBiase had his faction of basically servants? What do you call it? Indentured servants, basically. And that was like the shtick. Because the person he told this joke about was Nikolai Volkov, like the archetypal Russian peasant who had like a drinking problem and all sorts of things like that. But you know how Ted DiBiase also had like Virgil, the house servant, and all sorts of like every flavor of political incorrectness you could possibly imagine, as well as so. But also he had his number 2 henchman Irvin R. Shyster, IRS. Yeah, where was I going with all this? Oh yeah, so Lawler, so he's in the ring and the match is about to start and Lawler's doing some shtick. He's like, JR, Nikolai Volkov's so poor, I saw him walking down the street one time with one shoe. I said, hey Nikolai, would you lose a shoe? He said, no, I found one. Wait a minute! This is Nikolai Volkov's shoe! We might have Nikolai Volkov's long last shoe from like 25 years ago. Shoe! Nikolai, I have it! I have your other shoe, bro! Find me wherever you are, even though you're like 70 now. And you're not actually Nikolai Volkov, you're some guy who played a character 30 years ago. I think I'm gonna pass out from that 10-yard sprint. Anyway. There's shoes for you, Nikolai! But yeah, this bag is full. There's still a lot. But listen to me. Hear me good. Well, yeah, there's still a lot. I was gonna say I did a lot, which is true, but the visual evidence is not compelling enough that I think you'll believe me. So I'm just gonna take this bag over and get another one and return to my duties. But that's the joke that Lawler, Jerry the King Lawler, once told about Nikolai Volkov. Hashtag never forget.